Hi there. This is the first of the guided meditations for a love as deep as life itself, which is an introduction to the practice of upekkha bhavana. Really, it's not easy to translate upekkha in this context. It's usually translated as equanimity, but it's not really equanimity. Equanimity suggests simply, well, not simply, but equanimity suggests uh, being able to deal with life's ups and downs without any kind of reaction. And the thing is that, well, it can certainly mean that, and upekkha is a quality which is characteristic of enlightenment itself, of awakening itself. So it can be a very, very deep, a very profound experience. But in the context of the upekkha bhavana, it has an other regarding quality to it. The upekkha bhavana, the development of upekkha, is part of a series of practices called the divine abidings, the Brahma Viharas. These begin with loving kindness or kindness, which is metta, which is just the desire that beings be happy, a recognition that all beings are feeling beings. For all beings, happiness is preferable to unhappiness, and so we support that aspiration in others to become happy. We do what we can kindly in order to help beings become happy. The second of the Brahma Viharas is karuna, or karuna bhavana, development of compassion. And compassion recognizes that beings want to be happy, yeah, but they're suffering. We all suffer. We all experience suffering every day in various forms. So compassion wants beings to be free from suffering so that they can experience happiness. Mudita is the third of the Brahma Viharas. Mudita is probably best translated as joyful appreciation. Now, mudita recognizes that happiness is not something that arises randomly, so to speak. It arises in dependence upon causes and conditions. There are certain qualities which, if we have them, are going to make us happier. Scientists, psychologists have done lots of studies into happiness, and it's quite clear that people who are happier are more mindful, they're more concerned about other people, they are emotionally resilient, for example. So what we're doing in the mudita bhavana is we're recognizing the skillful qualities that give rise to happiness, and we're wishing that beings, ourselves included, develop those skillful qualities, that we all develop qualities of patience, kindness, mindfulness, courage, etc. However, that process of, as it were, tweaking our mental habits, changing the balance of our mental states so that we're more skillful, can only go so far unless we get down to a really deep level. There are some fundamental delusions, Buddhism teaches us, that give rise over and over again to unskillful states of mind. States of mind like anger and ill will and hatred and jealousy and craving and longing and denial. These are all mental traits, mental habits, which give rise to unhappiness. And in order to uproot those, we need to go right down and break through delusions that we all carry around with us. In other words, in order to be truly happy, in order to have the kind of happiness that we're wishing for beings, we need to be enlightened. Other beings need to be enlightened as well. So if we really have other beings' welfare at heart, if we really have our own welfare at heart as well, we will want to be enlightened, and we will want other beings to be enlightened. And this is what we're wishing for in the Upekkha Bhavana practice. However, before we start with that, I want to work on the quality of Upekkha in the sense of calmness and non-reactivity. So I'm going to be introducing a little meditation exercise which can help you to get a flavor of that. One of the things that you'll find in meditation is that the more spacious the sense of the more spacious your consciousness is, the more spacious your mind is, the easier it is to deal with difficulties. If we're focused very, very narrowly on looking at something that is difficult in our lives, then that difficulty looms large. It becomes difficult for us to deal with it. However, if we have a more expansive view, then that initial thing that we found difficult is only just one part of a larger whole. And it's much, much easier to deal with it. So I'm going to encourage you to develop a more spacious sense of awareness. So let's start off by just sitting in a meditation posture. You might want to turn away from your monitor. I'm going to model that for you. Okay, so I'm going to be turning around now. And just let your eyes fall on some spot in front of you. Just letting your eyes rest there. And you might want to try doing some narrow focusing. So really try to focus your attention as strongly as you can on that spot in front of you. Really concentrate on it. And just notice as you do that, what's happening in the body. You may notice some tension. Notice what's happening to the qualities of your mind, the feeling tone within your mind. You may find that there's a sense of tension there as well. Sense of tightness, unhappiness. Okay, so I've had enough of that. Just let your eyes rest lightly on that spot in front of you. It's almost as if your eyes are slightly unfocused. The muscles around your eyes softening. And just opening up to everything that is around that central spot on which your attention is resting. Noticing everything above, below, to the left and right of that spot. Without moving your eyes, just letting your eyes continue to rest, but just opening up to whatever is arising within your visual field, right up to the periphery of your awareness. Becoming aware now as well of what's behind you. I'm not suggesting you can literally see behind you, but we have a spatial sense, each of us, and you can almost feel the space behind you. And you can be aware of any sounds arising behind you as well. So it's as if we have 360-degree wraparound vision, an expansive awareness. By contrast with the previous experiment where we're really focused tightly, your awareness may well feel more calm, less thinking bubbling up. Any thoughts that do bubble up may be very light and wisp-like and just blow away. You may feel happier, more relaxed. The body may be relaxing, there may be tingling arising in certain parts of the body. And so now just letting the eyes close, continuing to be aware of the space around you. If there are sounds present, you're just being aware of the space and allowing the sounds to pass through unobstructed. Right now in my background, someone's clattering dishes. You may even be able to hear that. But there's no need to engage with that. Simply letting the sounds arise, pass through your awareness. Each sound arises and passes of its own accord. We don't need to do anything to get rid of these sounds. We don't need to change them. We simply need to let them pass through. So keeping this sense of spacious field of awareness, becoming aware now of the body as well. So there's this broad sphere of awareness you have, which includes the outside world and whatever's arising within the body. And even if there are unpleasant sensations, tension, pain in the body, just allowing each moment of sensation to arise and pass away. If there are unpleasant feelings, which may manifest as tension, resistance, boredom, craving, just allowing each moment of those feelings to arise and pass away. So the mind is like the dome of the sky. Sounds, internal sensations, whether pleasant or unpleasant, are simply like clouds passing through the sky. There's no need to do anything with these sensations. Don't need to make them go away. We don't need to change them. Just allowing each moment of experience to come and go. And you can just sit here for as long as you want, experiencing this spacious awareness. Whenever your mind contracts around some experience that the mind particularly focuses on, just letting go and relaxing back into this sense of spacious awareness. Just sitting here for as long as you want.